Welcome to the first module of level 3 of your program. So to recap, we've had the foundations in level 1, everything from meal planning to different diet types, and also the quick wins, of course, as well. We then moved on to level 2, which was all focused on the psychological elements of dialing in your nutrition and success. Now we're on to level 3, and we're talking about long-term principles for success. So today we're going to be taking a look at the 90-10 principle to make sure that we can enhance that consistency on a long-term basis. So the 90-10 approach, we're going to be taking a look at how to have balance for long-term consistency. Lots of people feel overly restricted when it comes to weight loss, and they have to give this up and restrict that and give that up and so on. What we want to do is give you the tools so that you can never feel restricted again and still continue getting those fantastic results. So to begin with, we just need to know our total calorie intakes for the week. What we're going to do is then divide that by 10. And this gives you the 10% of your total weekly calorie intakes to essentially spend on whatever you like. So it could be that you're one of those people that likes, it could be a biscuit with a cup of tea and you have, 5 or 6 of those each week. That might be spent there. It might be that there's a takeaway at the weekend. It could be that it gets saved up and spent there. So just to give you a little bit of an example, so let's say your target calorie intake is 1,600 calories per day. If we take a look at that over the week, it's 11,200. We divide that by 10. And we've got 1,120 calories. But again, you can round that down, round it up, just so that there's nice ease of maths going on as well. So again, it might fluctuate from person to person. This is just representative, so for diagram purposes only. But the principle is, so from your calorie budget, now you can have 10% spend on whatever you like. If your mum says she wants to meet up with for a coffee and a slice of cake at the weekend, you can go and do that completely without any challenges whatsoever going forward now. So one of the crucial things here is just making sure that you're planning ahead. So again, if we can anticipate what's going to happen, week in, week out, month in, month out, and we can see what we need to do in advance, it's hugely, hugely helpful, because obviously if there's something happening at the weekend and you know that you're going to go out for that cup of tea or coffee and you're definitely going to have that slice of cake or something or whatever it might be, but you still want to get your fantastic results and you don't want anything to be disrupted in any way, this is the exact strategy that we need to be using. So you can spread that 10% over the course of the week, if you like. So you can divide it up day to day. That's absolutely fine. And again, like we said, we can sort of lop off that chunk and save it up for a social event if you've got one coming up, if you prefer to. Now, the biggest thing here is that this is a very, very useful strategy, but it's only going to work if you're ensuring that the other 90% is from super high quality intakes, great protein intakes, vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, etc., etc. So we're thinking about fruit, veg, nuts, seeds, berries, meals and recipes like this one on the right hand side. This was a Thai green curry recipe that I made a while back. And this was the veg that went into that particular recipe. I can see the veg that's going into it. I'm chopping it up manually by hand. I know exactly what's going into my food. So if 90% of your intakes are like that, you can absolutely afford to have 10% from the processed food, from the drinks, the slice of cake, the bit of takeaway, whatever it might be. So hopefully this helps you. It keeps it really, really nice and simple, and this is something that you can use indefinitely going forward to facilitate that consistency.